Now more than ever, innovative technologies are fueling change and sparking new ways of thinking. Collaboration between corporations and startups is key to staying at the forefront of these trends. However, finding the right startups can be expensive, time-consuming, and ineffective. But Plug and Play is here to help. As a corporate partner, you will gain access to a whole ecosystem of innovation. Discover startups that meet your tech interests. Stay updated on the latest trends and network with industry peers. We will help you during every stage of your innovation journey, no matter where you are and where you want to go. Get in touch today.
Good morning and afternoon to everyone in Asia, Europe, and the US. Welcome to the 6th edition of our biannual Plug and Play APAC Summit. Hope everyone is keeping safe and healthy. My name is Karina. I'm the Director of Operations for Plug and Play here in Asia Pacific, and I'll be your host for this morning's segment. First up, I'd like to invite Jojo Flores, co-founder of Plug and Play, to take us through some of the key highlights and announcements of our Plug and Play journey. Jojo, please.
Hello everyone and welcome to the 6th edition of our APAC Summit. My name is Jojo Flores and I am the co-founder of Plug and Play. Another half a year has passed and we are in the end of 2021. I trust that you and your families are continuing to keep safe and getting your vaccination. We very much look forward to seeing all of you in person soon. As we look forward to the start of 2022, I would like to highlight some of our global achievements since our last APAC Summit. While the pandemic limited our social and physical interaction, I am proud to say that at Plug and Play, we continue to expand our activities around the world. We currently have 600 plus employees and 35 cities globally in 20 countries. In our network, we work with 500 plus corporate partners and 40,000 plus startups in 18 verticals. We have since invested in 1,600 startups since 2006 and backed 23 unicorns so far. We continue to aggressively invest this year, and so far we've done 219 in seed to early stage investments. In the region, we've made 11 investments and also made follow-on investments in 3 of our portfolio companies. 14 of our Southeast Asian portfolio companies have also raised follow-on funding. At Plug and Play, we work with our partners in every step of their innovation journey. We live and breathe innovation and we believe to be truly innovative. An example of this is Playbook. It started out as a passion project by 2 staff members and it quickly converted into an essential tool to help fast-track innovation journeys. We call it innovation within an innovation platform. Till date, our Playbook platform tracks 40,000 plus startups, 4,000 plus monthly active users, and helps facilitate 228,000 interactions between corporations and startups. We are also excited to announce that we are raising funds and have recently closed the Future Commerce Fund. With the creation of this new fund, we hope to further support the growth of our early stage portfolio companies and invest in Series A to C startups that are achieving great commercial traction with our Plug and Play programs and our corporate partner network. The Future Commerce Fund looks to replicate the success of our platform model in the context of a venture fund, where the investors are our retail members. We have grown a pipeline of incredible companies from the family office, and we are now cherry-picking the best ones for our partners who may not be able to invest in these deals. Apart from the Future Commerce Fund, we are excited to announce Alberta as our latest office. Plug and Play will build and operate 3 programs in Alberta, focusing on clean resources and digital health. Each program will consist of 2, 3-month accelerator programs annually. 2 years ago, we announced a partnership with the Alliance to End Plastic Waste, a nonprofit organization created to tackle the complex issue of plastic waste in our environment. Over 8 million tons of plastic waste enters the oceans every year. And by bringing together nearly 50 companies across the plastics value chain, the Alliance is creating the best chance to find solutions to these global problems. In order to deliver truly transformational change, these companies have committed to invest $1.5 billion towards their common goal of ending plastic waste. Plug and Play powers the global startup acceleration programs for the Alliance. The inaugural program launched in Silicon Valley for the Americas, followed by the second program in Paris for Europe, and the third program in Singapore for Asia Pacific. In 2021, we have expanded to a total of 6 global hubs, with the addition of Shanghai, Johannesburg, and Sao Paulo. We have accelerated a total of 103 startups, did 126 commercial pilots, and had $62 million of capital deployed into startups. Our partnership with the Alliance is just the beginning of Plug and Play's journey into sustainability. Over the years, many of our investments and startups that have taken part in our acceleration programs around the world have businesses that focus on sustainable development and technologies. Climate change is real science that cannot be ignored. As the world's population increases and becomes more prosperous, consumption increases and our impact on the environment becomes more severe. In addition to our End Plastic Waste Innovation Program, Plug and Play is also expanding our sustainability vertical with the launch of accelerator programs that will focus on circular and carbon economy that will aid in reaching decarbonization commitments of large corporations and governments across every economy. We hope that you will enjoy the program over the next 3 days. My colleagues will update you further on other exciting news we've been busy with in 2021. We also welcome our new corporate partners to our programs here in Southeast Asia and look forward to enhancing their innovation journeys. Again, I wish you and your families good health. May God bless you all and enjoy the remainder of the year.
Thank you, Jojo. Next up, I'd like to invite Jup Tan, Managing Partner of Plug and Play APAC, to take us through our APAC journey. Jup, please.
Hello everyone and welcome again to the 6th edition of Plug and Play's Asia Pacific Summit. My name is Jup and I am Managing Partner for Plug and Play in APAC. Thank you for joining us and we hope that you will enjoy the keynote speeches, panel discussions, as well as startup showcases we have put together for you over the next 3 days. So where shall we start? If you asked me earlier this year, I would have said that we should be at some kind of new normal by now, with international travel back with a vengeance, weddings and parties in full swing, with testing and vaccinations widely adopted. Well, we are not quite there yet, but we do hope that in time to come, things will get better. They have to, and we stay optimistic. In the meantime, our APAC team continues to deliver all of our programs and activities to our partners and startups, either virtually, in hybrid setups, or in person when we can. At Plug and Play, we continue to do what we do best. This year, we celebrate our 15th anniversary with a global team of almost 600 across 35 cities around the world. We are the largest open innovation platform in the world, and we focus on the 3 core activities as follows. First, we run over 60 startup accelerator programs around the world across different industry verticals and technology themes. Second, we work with more than 500 multinational corporations and conglomerates to supercharge their innovation and digital efforts. Third, we are early stage investors and we invest in up to 200 startups per year from pre-seed all the way to Series A. Our Asia Pacific team focuses primarily on the fast-growing Southeast Asia region. Southeast Asia is a very diverse region, with countries big and small at various stages of development. Many languages are spoken, social and economic conditions are different, and work cultures differ too. Plug and Play has 4 offices in the region with a team of more than 50 across Singapore, Indonesia, Thailand, and the Philippines. Our Singapore office serves as our regional headquarters. Last year was a great year for us, with 18 startup accelerator batches in the region across different verticals such as financial services and smart cities, and we also launched a number of specialized programs. As we move towards a new normal and international travel opens up, we will continue to offer our programs in physical, hybrid, or virtual formats where we can do so that more of our partners can access more of our activities in the way they like. Now, some highlights across the region. I'm very happy to announce that we have continued to expand various programs across APAC. Last year, we embarked on the regional partnership with the Asian Development Bank through ADB Ventures, the new venture arm of the ADB. We have also been appointed by Enterprise Singapore and Seeds Capital as co-investment partner in the area of urban solutions and sustainability. Together with our partners, we look forward to actively investing in technologies that focus on enhancing our living environment and address our resource constraints in a sustainable manner. Singapore serves as a gateway for our partners and startups to access the economies of Southeast Asia through our various regional programs. This year, we are also excited to continue our global collaboration with Facebook. Last year, we powered Facebook Accelerator programs in Asia Pacific, China, Europe, Latin America, and this year we have expanded our collaboration into North America too. This year, we also launched the regional edition of our Go program, which is a market access program for startups and SMEs looking to expand into new countries and markets. We are happy to be working with partners from Singapore, Indonesia, the Philippines, Korea, and the UK, and we look forward to expanding the program to more countries next year. With that, I would like to thank you again for joining us at our APAC Summit. We hope you will enjoy the program, and we look forward to seeing you again in person soon somewhere around the world. Thank you, and stay safe.
Thank you, Joop. Now I'd like to invite Sean Depana, EVP Corporate Partnerships for Plug and Play in APAC. Sean will take us through our corporate innovation activities. Sean, please.
Hello everyone, and thank you for joining us at our APAC Summit today. My name is Sean Depana. I'm the Executive Vice President and Head of Corporate Innovation and Strategy at Plug and Play Southeast Asia and APAC region. At Plug and Play, we believe in corporate innovation through startup accelerations. We work to bring together the best startups to leading corporations around the world. We do this with the largest proactive global sourcing innovation funnel in the world. More than 15,000 startups are usually sourced through our always-on channel that includes active sourcing. Relationship with strategic partners as well as events and inbound application is one way that we engage with these startups. But there are also other ways. We have a huge inbound through our engagement of our Plug and Play venture team, events and international expos, government partners, and universities research centers. Depending on our partners' requirements, we evaluate startups based on the strength of their team and technology, funding status, customer reactions, as well as products and solution fit with our corporate partners. We engage with our corporate partners in many ways. As I mentioned, we accelerate programs basically biannually through 2 batches of sourcing. We focus week and events that we provide, as well as private deal flows that we can access extensive amount of executive networking engagement with these startups. Private deal flows is the very proactive and active way and very effective way for corporate partners to be able to validate the technologies of these startups that we introduce to them. You know, we filter quite a bit of these startup companies depending on their technologies and the KPI that our corporate partners have mentioned to us as the key elements of optimizing their innovation strategy. Plug and Play works to create a synergy across the various programs in Southeast Asia to provide the best regional access to our corporate partners, no matter where their partners are with us, located or signed up with us. They can join us in Singapore, corporate partners, or Thailand, or Indonesia, and have accessibility to these programs across the region. I'm happy to say that almost all of our engagement, from deal flow sessions to events and innovation workshops, we have delivered successfully online during the pandemics in the past 2 years, and has been very impactful in terms of sourcing and moving towards the POC and commercialization very quickly during this engagement. Our key focus areas in Southeast Asia include financial services, smart cities, food and agri-tech, Industry 4.0, and sustainability. I look forward to understanding where your focus areas are as a corporate and bring you more innovations in the near future and fast track those strategies that you have in place already as a digitalization and transformation. I wish you the best and look forward to meeting you in person and hoping you to have a great event through our APAC Summit at this time. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. Now that you have a better understanding of Plug and Play, let us now hear from some of our colleagues and clients that will be sharing with us more about their experiences in their Plug and Play journey.
Hi, my name is Jup Tan. I'm the managing partner for Plug and Play in Asia Pacific.
Hi, my name is Karina.
I'm Jielun.
Hi, my name is Patricia.
My name is Wayne.
We are the world's largest open innovation platform. A truly open innovation platform like ours is built on several layers. We connect all the stakeholders in the innovation ecosystem, such as corporations with their aggregated technology and interest areas, startups with ever-evolving solutions that they provide, investors with their funding for high-potential startups, industry mentors with their domain knowledge, as well as governments that are working to support market access, as well as other programs and opportunities. Our APAC regional HQ is right here in Singapore, and not that many people know that this was our first international office launch in 2010. We have grown from a couple of team members to more than 50 across 4 cities in the region. We have invested in over 60 startups, and we have worked with several thousand over the years.
The experience of being part of the team building the world's largest innovation platform has been nothing but exhilarating.
It's exciting. I started my journey with Plug and Play in the year 2015. Fast forwarding 5 to 6 years later, the startups I worked closely with years ago are currently at different stages of their startup life.
Over the last 3 to 4 years, our ecosystem has grown tremendously. We have worked with more partners and invested in more startups every year, meaning there's a lot more resulting success stories and case studies.
Being one of the first 5 to 6 employees gave me the ability to see the company grow from 200 to 500 employees globally.
We have not just grown in size, but also increased our portfolio of investments to 50 plus in the region, and we're hopeful for a unicorn to be born soon.
My name is Adrit. I'm the CEO and co-founder at Symbol.
Hello, my name is Silan and I'm from Ground Up AI.
I'm Kush, the CEO and founder of VFScan.
Plug and Play has been super cool, right? So fantastic in a nutshell. Fundamentally, it gives you a great platform to meet seriously like-minded folks, people from the industry, people from the startup world, people from the investor world.
The program was well planned, well structured, and we had a good mentor assigned to us.
Plug and Play has a very mature ecosystem that spans across globe, and almost everyone in the industry knows them.
The Plug and Play investor network is also very vast, and we've had more than 10 introductions from there.
For us, we saw some outcomes. You know, we were fortunate to partner with one of the largest insurers in the world, where we've enabled their agency distribution platform in a market like Indonesia, and their affinity distribution platform in a market like Malaysia. So yeah, a win.
At Plug and Play, we work with corporates across all stages of innovation readiness scale. For each corporation, we will work with them to identify their success metrics and work with them to build towards a strategy to achieving those outcomes that they're looking for.
My name is Nicholas Kolish. I'm the Vice President of Projects at the Alliance to End Plastic Waste.
My name is Max Pora, and I'm the Head of Asia Pacific at Technician.
Plug and Play has been actually a key partner for us over actually since the inception of the Alliance. I've been able to identify literally hundreds of startups from around the world. The relationship has spanned effectively North America with the start in Silicon Valley, into Europe with the work in Paris, here in Singapore, and then this year expanding into Shanghai, Sao Paulo, and Johannesburg in South Africa. So we've been able to actually take a global challenge and find global solutions through the network of startups that have actually come to us through Plug and Play. So it's been an actual fantastic journey together.
Working with Plug and Play, not only on this summit, but the previous one was very relevant. It allowed us to have access to some corporations, to some investors, and some really interesting partners that allow our companies to de-risk their entry into the markets and have an anchor point that is not only Technician, but a great platform like Plug and Play.
I think the key is actually to just do it.
I'll say failing fast. The faster you fail, the faster you succeed.
It's important for startups to be hungry and approach every opportunity with an open mind.
First and foremost, I'd say have fun, right? I think I'm a firm believer that, whatever you're doing, whatever you're building, most importantly, whatever you're solving, right? You've got to believe in. There's a purpose behind it.
You need to think out of the box, keep in touch with the dynamic nature of the industry.
Be prepared to work hard. It may look good from the outside, but it takes a lot of hard work, a lot of time and effort to build a good startup and to succeed in this ecosystem.
It's really about, hey, just do it. Just do it now.
I hope you have enjoyed the video we have put together for you, and I'd like to thank everyone that took part in this video interview. With that, we'd like to make some new partner announcements. I'll be handing the time over to my colleague, Patricia Nordstrom, Director of Corporate Partnerships here in Asia Pacific, to take you through the next segment. Patricia, please.
Good morning and good evening to everyone dialing in from across the globe. My name is Patricia, and as part of today's Summit Kickoff segment, it is my pleasure to announce our new partners in the region. The first is Sime Darby Plantation. Sime Darby Plantation is the world's largest producer of certified sustainable palm oil and has a workforce of more than 85,000. SDP is involved along the full spectrum of the palm oil value chain, including upstream plantations, downstream operations, research and development, renewables, and agribusiness. As part of SDP's vision, the company is looking at emerging technologies in the space of robotics, agtech, and sustainability. SDP will be joining the regional sustainability vertical as a partner this year. The next partner is CapitaLand. CapitaLand is one of Asia's largest diversified real estate groups, with a global presence across more than 250 cities in over 30 countries. CapitaLand places sustainability at the core of what it does and contributes to the environmental and social well-being of the communities where it operates, as it delivers long-term economic value to its stakeholders. The CapitaLand Sustainability X Challenge is a global platform to enhance innovation and collaboration in sustainability within the built environment. Through the CSXC, CapitaLand Group will aim to source for emerging technologies globally to enable the group to accelerate its sustainability efforts and meet its 2030 Sustainability Master Plan targets. Plug and Play is appointed as the manager of the CapitaLand Sustainability X Challenge for 2022. Next, I would like to introduce our new partnership with the Kerry Group. Kerry Group is a leader in taste and nutrition food solutions. Their innovations lead to products that people enjoy and feel better about consuming. They're excited to be part of the food vertical to engage with entrepreneurs who are innovating in the space of taste and nutrition. Their objective is to achieve commercial pilots in strategic areas such as food preservation, authentic local taste, plant protein, and health and wellness. We would also like to welcome Prudential. Prudential provides life and health insurance and asset management. And their aim is to make healthcare affordable and accessible and to promote financial inclusion. Prudential will be joining Plug and Play InsurTech Singapore this year to engage with startups in various sectors, including health tech and fintech as well. Next, I would like to welcome Aboitiz Power. Aboitiz Power is a leading energy company in the Philippines. The company generates, distributes, and retails power for right fixed portfolio of renewable and non-renewable sources. Aboitiz Power is the largest portfolio company in the Aboitiz Group, which owns multiple businesses such as banking, food, infrastructure, land, data science, and innovation. Aboitiz Power believes that they must innovate to sustain their current business and to develop new value pools around them. Doing this alone is difficult, and as a result, they look forward to being part of the Plug and Play community as an anchor partner for the Smart Cities program. And finally, we're excited to work with Singaporean Market. Singaporean Market, established in 1983, is the country's largest fruit and vegetable wholesale market. Today, Singaporean Market occupies more than 480,000 square meters and has an annual transaction value of 100 billion baht, approximately 3 billion USD. As a community, the market provides services to more than 40,000 people daily. As the market is a central point of trade for local and imported fresh produce, facilitating essential services that benefit the livelihood of local farmers and other stakeholders. They're excited to be part of the Food and AgTech program to help improve and monetize the Thai agriculture supply chain. They have plans to develop their own marketplace and trading arm, improve waste management, and lastly, leverage their data capabilities to disrupt the agriculture supply chain. They look forward to meeting with all the entrepreneurs innovating in these spaces to join them on their transformational journey. Thank you very much, and we look forward to engaging more with you in the future.
Thank you, Patricia. Our next segment, I'd like to invite the Assistant Chief Executive Officer from Enterprise Singapore, Edwin Chow, to give us our opening keynote. Edwin, please.
Jojo Flores, Mr. Jup Tan, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is an honor to speak at the 6th edition of Plug and Play's APAC Summit. My thanks to Jup and his team for organizing this and for the kind invitation to address the audience. Like many of you, Enterprise Singapore has been working closely with Plug and Play. They help connect our startup ecosystem with the region, specifically Jakarta and Manila. This has facilitated a healthy exchange of ideas in startups, COVID notwithstanding. Now that economies are beginning to open up, I believe this steady stream will turn into a flood of new opportunities and profitable growth for those of us interested in the region. Now, the APAC region has several exciting and resilient startup hubs. Even during the pandemic, investment flows continued despite some initial concerns of a subdued fundraising scene. Deal volume and value have remained steady, and countries like Singapore, Indonesia, and the Philippines are leading the charge on startup fundraising. In the first half of this year alone, Southeast Asian startups raised nearly US $11.6 billion, more than double that of the same period last year. Now, Southeast Asia's demographics and market conditions provide opportunities for new products and services, probably a key reason for the continued growth in startup fundraising. The region is the world's third largest consumer market, with a rapidly growing middle class, high internet penetration, and an increasingly urban population. By the end of 2022, some analysts believe that 50 million consumers will join the ranks of the middle class in just 5 ASEAN countries: Indonesia, Malaysia, Philippines, Thailand, and Vietnam. Now, as such, sectors such as e-commerce, fintech, health tech, they have all been gaining greater interest from investors and users alike. The digital economy in Southeast Asia is expected to triple to US $300 billion in 2025. Now, coupled with the new realities of work from home, remote business operations, and the growing acceptance of telemedicine, opportunities, we believe, are abundant across the region. And Singapore is committed to riding this regional wave. As the leading investment destination in Southeast Asia, our startup ecosystem closed some 350 deals in the first 6 months of this year, amounting to about Singapore $5.3 billion, about US $4 billion. Now, this is up from Singapore $3.4 billion in 2020. This year, we also saw a few homegrown startups such as PatSnap, Caro, and Carousel joining the growing club of unicorns in Southeast Asia. And we are thrilled to see the emergence of 19 unicorns in our region this year, 9 of which are based in Singapore. And these companies, we believe, will collectively create tens of thousands of good jobs across the region. Early investors were also handsomely rewarded. As the government agency leading efforts to grow Singapore's startup ecosystem, we recognized early on that our small domestic market meant that we could not build a comprehensive ecosystem of our own. Therefore, we decided to play the role of an enabler, a collaborator, catalyzing partnerships within and across borders to help startups grow. For example, we launched an open innovation network 2 years ago, where larger corporates can post problems or opportunities that they are prepared to pay to solve. They then use this network to crowdsource suitable solutions, oftentimes from startups and SMEs. Now, this speeds up the corporate's innovation process, while selected startups can accelerate product market fit by working directly with a big customer. We took a similar approach and launched the Southeast Asia Open Innovation Challenge last year, where we worked with 5 ASEAN corporates to crowdsource innovative solutions. There was a strong response from over 300 startups from 30 countries, resulting in pilot projects with 5 companies from Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, and Vietnam. Building on this initial success, we recently launched at Switch a second edition of the Southeast Asia Open Innovation Challenge, this time with more corporate participation. Now, this is yet another nod to the vibrancy and potential of Southeast Asia's startup ecosystem. You see, partners have helped Enterprise Singapore get connected to startup hotspots all around the world. Now, 4 years ago, we started the Global Innovation Alliance, or GIA for short, which envisaged a global network of innovation nodes that can help startups scale their solutions globally. There are now 16 cities in the GIA, with ASEAN, Jakarta, Manila, Bangkok, and Ho Chi Minh forming an integral part of the network. We're working hard to expand this to other major cities in the APAC region over the coming years. Now, as I mentioned earlier, Plug and Play is our GIA partner in Jakarta and Manila. In these cities, we work together on programs to support Singapore startups entering Indonesia and the Philippines. Over the past 2 years, we have taken the COVID-19 disruptions in stride and jointly brought over 100 startups to both countries, albeit virtually. Now, through these curated programs, startups get to connect with like-minded partners in market, fundraise, develop ideas and business opportunities. Participants are assigned dedicated mentors who will help them learn the local regulations, refine their go-to-market strategy, and shorten their learning curve. Now, for example, AgTech Technologies, a Singapore-based edutech startup, participated in GIA Jakarta last September. They leveraged their mentors' connections to sign a deal with PT Prasama, an Indonesian consultancy. And through this partnership, PT Prasama will use AgTech's platform to provide innovative learning solutions for universities in Indonesia. And beyond helping Singapore startups access new markets abroad, our GIA partners also help foreign startups enter Singapore as a springboard to the region. And we will continue to deepen our engagements with existing GIA partners to do more in each city and add more cities to our network. Let me conclude by returning to the recurring theme of my speech, that of partnerships. Now, it is clear that to succeed, many of the startups we work with need a global strategy executed at speed. And given the different business cultures and environments around the region, I believe that a global startup operating with the right local partner will be able to execute more quickly than one which goes alone. Now, this means that inherently, such partnerships will never be a zero-sum game. All countries that join such a network will stand to gain. COVID and its associated restrictions have demonstrated this very starkly. It was only because of intermediaries like Plug and Play and the context they introduced that our startups were able to continue doing business digitally, relying on local partners to follow through on leads or investment opportunities. So as our economies start to recover and travel restrictions ease, I hope we seize this chance to form more such cross-border collaborations. This will be crucial to the success of our respective startup ecosystems. The energy and resilience of startups, their drive to innovate, never fails to inspire. Enterprise Singapore will continue to work with our partners to help promising global startups realize their ambitions in our region. And I look forward to the exciting pitches that our GIA Jakarta and Manila startups will be sharing shortly, and to the rest of this Plug and Play APAC Summit program. I wish you all a fruitful session ahead. Thank you.
Thank you, Edwin, for the insightful sharing. Staying on the topic of market access, I'll now like to introduce our next panel. They will be sharing an overview of their market access strategy, insights, and what startups should look out for when entering a new market. Moderating this panel, we have Karishma, Asia Business Correspondent from BBC News. Let me now pass over the time to Karishma.
Hello and welcome to the Plug and Play APAC Summit, the Market Access Panel. My name is Karishma Vaswani and I am your moderator for this session. I am the Asia presenter for BBC News, and before that I was the Asia Business Correspondent based right here in Singapore. So the topic that we're going to be discussing over the next 30 minutes or so is a fascinating one for me and something I've delved into for many months and years. And I'm sure we'll have that opportunity over the course of this session to really understand what the key issues are for all of you watching today. We have a fantastic lineup of panelists to help us understand these issues for you, and I'll be introducing them to you in just a minute. But first, perhaps a few thoughts to help guide us through the next 30 minutes or so when we think about what market access means in Southeast Asia and the opportunities that it presents. Now, in many respects, market access is the key thing that makes or breaks the path to success for a new company, for any company, to be honest. Hurdles like barriers to entry, high tax rates, discriminatory environments that favor homegrown firms over foreign ones. All of these things can sound the death knell for a new firm trying to make it big. There's no question that Southeast Asia presents a huge opportunity for new companies, with over 600 million people spread out over such a diverse region. But that in itself is also a challenge. Because Southeast Asia is so massively diverse, it has different rules and regulations at every corner. So it makes it a uniquely challenging environment to operate in. So what does it take to succeed? Well, for more, it's my pleasure to introduce to you the panelists that we have for you today. Rebecca Hall, Commissioner for the State of Victoria in Australia. She represents the Southeast Asia Department there. Rafaelita Aldaba, Undersecretary for Competitiveness and Innovation in the Philippines. And Natalie Black, the UK Trade Commissioner for the Asia Pacific region. Wonderful to have all of you on today. I must say I'm particularly pleased that we are getting a chance to discuss this topic in such depth. I'd like to give you a quick opportunity now to introduce yourselves to the audience. Rebecca, if I could start with you, please.
Sure, and if I could also just acknowledge this all-female panel. It doesn't happen very often, so great to be joining you all on the virtual stage. Yes, as my introduction, Rebecca Hall is my name, and I'm the Commissioner for Victoria here in Singapore, but working across Southeast Asia, 11 markets in Southeast Asia. Our work on behalf of government is to do exactly what this panel is going to talk about, open up market access for Victorian businesses, but also our education institutions and research institutes as well. My role in the region is four-pronged. It is about trade, it's about investment back into Victoria, it's about education and also innovation. So really looking forward to being part of the panel today and also learning from other panel members as well.
Thank you, Rebecca. Rafaelita, if you wouldn't mind introducing yourself as well, please.
Thank you. My name is Rafaelita Aldaba. I'm from the Philippines. I'm working at the Department of Trade and Industry. I'm the Undersecretary for Competitiveness and Innovation. I am a policymaker, but Prior to that, I was a researcher. So a researcher turned policymaker, which I think all the more it makes my work really very interesting and very exciting, because prior to that I was in the opposite side. But now I'm a policymaker, and our work really is in terms of looking at creating a robust ecosystem in order to allow startups to grow and develop, and of course to link our innovation and entrepreneurship ecosystems.
Fantastic stuff. You're absolutely right. Being able to marry both the research and the policy making sounds like an ideal position to be in. Natalie, if you could help us as well, please, with an introduction.
Of course, and hello everyone. And just to echo Rebecca's point, it's wonderful to be on this particular panel, and it feels quite timely as well in terms of how we're starting to see the world move forward a little bit. So I'm looking forward to discussing that. So yes, my name's Natalie Black. I'm the UK's Trade Commissioner for the Asia Pacific, which means I'm responsible for our trade and investment relationships across Northeast Asia, Southeast Asia, and Australia and New Zealand. But I do not apologise that my great passion is technology and helping technology come together in interesting partnerships. And just last year, we launched the UK's digital trade network, the first time we've ever tried to do something like this in Asia Pacific. And this is all about bringing the very best of UK technology to Asia Pacific, and of course, the very best of Asia Pacific technology to the UK. So I look forward to talking about that a bit more, particularly because Plug and Play has been such a great partner for us alongside Tech Nation. So thank you very much, Karishma.
Fantastic, Natalie, and to all of our panelists as well. To echo precisely what Rebecca said at the beginning of the conversation, it is very rare that I get a chance to moderate an all-female panel, so it's wonderful that we're getting to do this. So Rebecca, let me start with you then. You know, we're talking about how companies have been trying to get market access, but particularly the challenge of doing that during COVID-19. It's been such a challenging time for firms, let alone, you know, just operating, but even thinking about market access must be a uniquely difficult, put them in a uniquely difficult position. What have you seen that has worked and what hasn't?
Okay, yeah, great starting question. Just to echo Natalie's point there too, we do have a very strong focus on tech, but we also work in terms of the Victorian economy very closely with more traditional sectors like agriculture and our food sector, which are very big exporters into Southeast Asia. So what has worked? I think it's cliche to say that we have pivoted into the digital environment, and we've been able to still engage and sell our products in a way that I don't think we would have thought was possible prior to COVID. I started this job during COVID, so as a new commissioner to the region who would normally be stopping in and connecting with senior government officials, buyers and partners, we weren't able to do that. But I must say I've been astounded at the ability to get meetings and connections with people that never would have been possible on a virtual platform. And so I think is going to unlock some really great value in how we can engage in a digital way and not have to wait till we are in market or connecting. For us, what's worked well from a corporate perspective was our investment in virtual trade missions or virtual business matching. I think it's also sometimes turned to what hasn't worked because we've been so busy sitting on a Zoom screen, connecting, trying to really replicate what we do in real life, but it doesn't necessarily work on a screen. So I think what was a really big investment for us early on and something that we were all quite excited to do as a new way of working with virtual trade missions, we've also now got to look at how we make sure that that is sustainable and we're getting the right outcome. The key thing for me, though, that we've seen in terms of what's worked is that we've been able to go back to basics with our companies. So rather than doing the big trade mission and being there when everyone's there, we've just gone back to what is our individual company trying to sell, or what is the market access issue that they're trying to address, and how can we use our network to help them open that. So that might seem a bit simple, but it's actually been quite an important paring back of all the programs and the activity and that busy work, which is often a bit hit and miss in terms of finding the right market partner or finding the right opportunity. In terms of what we're seeing in terms of what has worked as well, I would just flag, I have been impressed with the continued effort of bilateral market access activities in the region. And I would have to give a shout out to the fact that IA-CEPA, our free trade agreement between Australia and Indonesia, was signed, ratified and implemented during COVID. And now we're actually investing in how do we turn that from a free trade agreement and the foundation to benefits for our companies, including our tech and education companies. So that's just some reflections from me. I'll stop there because I think I could go on.
Rebecca, that's remarkable that, Australia did manage to sign that agreement even during COVID. And I think you're absolutely right. The ability to sort of cut through some of the meetings that you perhaps wouldn't have got in the past, but you are able to do virtually. I think that's really encouraging. Rafaelita, I'd like to turn to you at this point. Before entering a new market, as Rebecca described just there, what are some of the kinds of research that companies should do, and what should they anticipate even before they get to the opportunity that Southeast Asia is, specifically for Southeast Asia?
Yeah, well, I think it's really important for a company to be able to have a complete understanding of the markets, the customers, the people who their target market would be. As earlier indicated, while of course we all live in the same region, but we have diverse cultures, diverse practices, and even though our development problems are seemingly similar or related, but still there are some unique differences in terms of probably the seriousness and what are the priorities that each of the countries have. And hence, it's really very important to have a complete understanding of all of these things. But apart from understanding the market, understanding the customers, understanding the people and the culture, their practices, another important thing would be government regulations. And that would also include incentives, regulations in terms of the different steps, the different processes, permits, regulations, certificates, signatures, different offices you need to get in touch with. All of these things are different depending on the type of industry you're entering. And hence, really, there is a lot of preparatory work. This is not, by the way, to discourage investors from coming in. In fact, it's really to help you prepare and make it easier so that when you enter, it would be better facilitated if you have a better or a complete understanding of all of these rules and regulations specific to different countries that you're looking at. And another thing, though, is that while, of course, there are complex rules and regulations in each of the different countries, but there are government offices in charge of providing all the necessary information, leading investors in terms of the different steps, how to go through the different processes, and who would help facilitate the different coordination as well as meetings with the various different government agencies who would be involved in the process. So don't be afraid. I mean, there are a lot of opportunities here in Asia. And in fact, I think the future growth is really going to take place here. And hence, all the more you should be focusing in terms of understanding the various complexities in this region. And once you're able to have a good grasp of all these complexities, I think it's gonna be easier for you.
That is very well put, Rafaelita. And indeed, it is such an opportunity and exciting market for so many companies. Natalie, to you now, given what Rafaelita has pointed out about some of the challenges for new companies, foreign companies entering Southeast Asia, particularly in terms of regulation and government policies, what makes Southeast Asia so attractive to UK tech companies? And what kind of advice are they given when they try and enter this market, with the backdrop that Rafaelita has painted, for instance?
That's a really good question. Thanks for asking it, Karishma, because I would say if we were having this conversation probably about 3 years ago when I first started, something that struck me when I was talking to UK companies is that really it was the US and Europe that were at the top of their list really in terms of next target markets. And there just wasn't the level of awareness, which I see now, I think has absolutely changed in terms of the growth of the market out here, the receptiveness to external technology and innovation, and to be honest, just pure demand. You know, some of the figures are absolutely stunning. So of course, we've probably all seen the very good stats around the Southeast Asia market itself, you know, 600 million consumers. But actually, it's when you look at some of the stats now coming out during COVID that you see all the trends that we've been expecting are starting to escalate. So just last year, we saw 40 million new internet users across Southeast Asia. And of course, they're expecting to do everything else that we've seen around the world in terms of wanting to make the most of the consumer journey on the internet, but also in terms of how they engage. So I think for UK companies, if you like, the light's gone on, they really realized the opportunity here, the demand here, but navigating the market is not straightforward for all the reasons that Rafaelita set out. As I mentioned at the beginning, we've set up the Digital Trade Network in the UK, and I now have tech experts across the region who are there to help British companies navigate the very, very different marketplaces, but most importantly, build those relationships. As we all know, this part of the world is all about relationships. And I think one of the challenges of the pandemic is actually understanding how to, one, of course, initiate those relationships if you're new to the market, but then deepen them once you are here. And so although, yes, absolutely, Zoom and everything else has worked really, really well, one of the things that we regularly say to companies that we work with is, yes, it's low cost to engage online, but how are you making sure that those interactions aren't low impact? How are you making sure that you're progressing on the next stage of your business strategy? So I think that's where a lot of the advice will need to focus going forward. At a strategic level, the UK government, I hope you've noticed, alongside, of course, what the Australians have been doing out here, we've been expanding our network of trade agreements. And just to put a plug for us also during the pandemic, we've managed to secure a few, including agreement in principle with our good friends in Australia and with New Zealand just last week. And I think those are going to result in real world action. But particularly in the digital sphere, one thing to keep an eye out, we are negotiating the first digital economy agreement between a European nation and an Asian nation, between the UK and Singapore. And I hope that we'll be able to say something on that very, very soon. And of course, the trick for us then is to explain and work with UK businesses and businesses across Asia Pacific about how they make the most of these agreements and how do we make sure that those technicalities are translated into real world action.
Well, when you do make that agreement, Natalie, I do hope you'll come to the BBC first with that news. You know, the points you make are so relevant, I think. But at the same time, you know, it makes me also wonder, given the fact that now companies, as you point out, there is that sophistication in Southeast Asia. Foreign companies are looking at Southeast Asia in a very different way than they were a few years ago. And Rebecca, perhaps this is something that I can put to you. You know, is there room in this market then when you've got homegrown companies that are doing so well, that are able to cater to the domestic market, perhaps in a way they weren't able to in the past, but now have that expertise, have the know-how? Is there space in the market for other bigger, or not even bigger, but other foreign players? And what do they know? And perhaps, you know, speaking from the Australian perspective, case studies of Australian firms that have succeeded in this part of the world, and how did they do that?
That's a great question. It's going to take me more than a few minutes to answer it. But the simplest answer is yes, there absolutely is opportunity. In fact, I think it's why our tech sector is looking at Southeast Asia again in a new and different way, not just because of the geopolitics of other markets or other declines, but because of actually that homegrown investment and the success stories here. For us, I'd look at it two ways. One actually is as the tech sector and unicorns and other significant companies grow in the region, so too does the need for talent. And what COVID has shown is that talent actually can be anywhere. And if you're a tech company and you can't run a remote team or a virtual team, then who can? So what we've actually seen is the reverse. We've seen some of the biggest tech companies here in the region choosing to make investments back in Victoria. I would say Australia as well, but in my experience, Victoria, because they want to get access to the right R&D and the right technical talent. Now, we're not talking about moving whole businesses or whole factories like we may have done in previous FDI conversations. We're talking about moving pockets of excellence or creating centres of excellence where you need that talent. So that's a big opportunity for us, and we've seen that happen because of some of the border restrictions during COVID. The flip side for us with our tech companies, I think, is around flipping from selling or accessing to partnering. And almost every tech company that we've seen or worked with in the region, their success comes from a very purposeful and clear partnership strategy. I'll echo what the other panel members have said as well around we're not talking about one homogenous region, so that partnership or that model looks different depending on which country you're working in. And you did ask me to give a few examples. So one that I think is relevant is a company that actually came on one of our virtual trade missions, which was our big Data World event, I think last year and the year before. And through that trade mission, found a buyer and a partner in Thailand and is now working on a pilot project. That all happened during COVID. That was all technology and work that had been done beforehand and is now being put in play in the region. I would say we've continued to double down our efforts with our tech companies because their inclination to partner as well, and also their openness to trialing new things in different markets. If I had to pick the top markets that our tech companies are looking for, we have a digital economy agreement here in Singapore, so it has been always a draw card, but also Thailand has been of great interest, and we're very interested in the work that the Philippines is doing. So the ASEAN Business Survey, Australian business in ASEAN, did show that Philippines is on the rise as a market of interest.
Well, that's a perfect segue, Rebecca, to the question that I want to ask of Rafaelita. Rafaelita, when you hear all the interest that's been expressed just on this panel, and I'm sure you're hearing it in your everyday work life as well, about foreign tech firms or foreign firms that are looking for market access to places like the Philippines, what is your sense of how that relationship or the future might look like for the competition between allowing local homegrown firms to develop and to be able to succeed, but also bringing in partnerships and the expertise that we've just discussed with both Natalie and Rebecca? How do you see that relationship, playing out in the future?
I think this collaboration, these partnerships, they would play a very important role as we shape the future of the country. And it's not only about the future of the Philippines, but it's the future of the region. I believe that if it's only one country that's growing, that's not really going to help all of us. I think to maximize the potentials, we need to grow all together at the same time with one country, particularly those that are the more advanced stage, helping other countries so that all of us would benefit from future growth. And hence all of this, let me mention RCEP, the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, was signed last year at the height of the pandemic. And really that's going to create a huge impact, not only economic, but as well as in other aspects. There are liberalization in services, as well as in manufacturing and other sectors, in e-commerce. So that's going to, I think, all the more catalyze growth that we need, especially as we enter the new normal. All of us are going through the recovery phase, and hence opening up our markets would really be very important. And competition is part of our strategy. It's not our intention to protect our own industries or grow our own industries only, but it's really towards attracting more investments and allowing more competition in the market. With more competition, that's when you get a lot of innovation, a lot of increases in productivity, and hence a lot of growth. So we take all of these things, combine them all together in our growth, in our economic recovery strategy towards a more sustainable and inclusive growth and development, and open innovation, open competition. Not open competition, but open innovation really is a big part of it, meaning collaboration and partnership with other companies and industries.
That is extremely encouraging, I'm sure, for our other panelists to hear as well. And many members in the audience, I'm sure, will be heartened to hear that very positive message of collaboration for the region, Rafaelita. So thank you for that. I think we do have a little bit more time to keep discussing things on the panel. So before I get to asking you about your top piece of advice for startups, Natalie, let me talk to you about this. I know when we first started the discussion, you talked about it being such a timely opportunity, of the right time, in fact, because it does feel that in some respects, in some parts of the world, that we are emerging out of the pandemic or on our way out. But as companies try to navigate this era, this new normal, will it be back to sort of a pre-pandemic world in terms of business practices, or, will they have to adopt completely new practices or something in between?
Well, I think this is the big question, right? And I will not pretend to have the answer, partly because I think it's going to take quite a long time for us to really understand the impact of the pandemic, not only, of course, business, what we're talking about today, but society writ large. There are a couple of areas that have obviously rocketed up the agenda and will continue to do so. Supply chain resilience, for example. I think that will be an enduring question for boards across the world, but particularly actually here in Asia, where we've been at the front end of some of it. The questions, of course, around travel and access. One piece of advice that we've always given to companies starting out in this part of the world is, think big, but actually act relatively small. It takes a while to find your feet in these markets. And I think that will still be the case going forward. The question, of course, is whether you're going to need boots on the ground at that early stage, or can you progress in different ways? And I think it goes back to my earlier point about partnerships and relationships. And my biggest piece of advice is to listen, right? You learn so much from this market. Back to your earlier question, Karishma, about competition, any particular tech company that sort of comes across my door who's interested in expanding in this part of the world, say, first of all, look at all the big players here. They're doing incredibly interesting things and they can teach us an awful lot. So I think the opportunity of the pandemic has taken to take a moment on that and reflect and adapt and evolve.
That's fantastic, Natalie. And I think, that it really does feel out here as well that the opportunity to collaborate perhaps in a way that we haven't been able to do before, precisely because we are, I think Rebecca said this earlier on, meeting each other online, having these virtual conversations, getting access to people that perhaps we would not, or it would have been much more difficult to do in the pre-pandemic world. I know that we are coming towards the end of this session. So let me ask you, Rebecca, one key piece of advice to startups when they're considering entering the Southeast Asian market. What do you tell companies that are aiming to get here?
It's a really hard question to summarize in one piece. So I want to say Natalie nailed it, particularly with listening and partnering on that. But I think our advice would absolutely be do not do it alone. I've been working in trade and investment my whole career, a long time now, 30-something years, and I'm amazed at the support that is available for companies at all ends of the spectrum, our smallest of startups or individual entrepreneurs. And we're doing this even in schools and with our individual students. So do not do it alone, and just make sure you're informed of all of the resources that are available to you, and you will succeed.
That is fantastic encouragement, words to live by, I would say, Rebecca. Rafaelita, if I could ask you, please, in terms of your one key piece of advice for startups that, are trying to make it into a place like the Philippines, but also importantly for companies that are leaving the Philippines and trying to make it into other big ASEAN countries, because there's lots of examples of cross-border ASEAN investment and expansion.
Right. As a young ecosystem, we are facing a lot of challenges, but again, our vision is clear, and that is to make the Philippine tech startup ecosystem an engine of economic recovery and inclusive growth and source of job creation. And we also view startups as a catalyst for disruptive innovation. And hence, with all these challenges, I think we really need more startups to come in and help us address and come up with new solutions, new business models to address congestion, for example, unemployment, underemployment, gaps in infrastructure, a lot of these development problems. And I think it's going to be some sort of a test bed for our startups to come in and help developing countries in terms of discovering new products and new processes. And let me also say this, that, in order to boost the growth potential of startups, it's really important to leverage on disruptive technologies, the use of social media, mobility, analytics, and cloud technologies. Another important advice, I think, is really to be able to understand the problems and the pain points of customers. Listening to what customers need is an imperative. What are the pain points that you want to address? Create value to customer, create superior customer experience, and provide an end-to-end journey through digital connection, and enhance your customer experience through omni-channel delivery. So I'm really looking forward to more tech startups coming not only to the Philippines, but to the entire Southeast Asia and the Asia Pacific region.
Thank you, Rafaelita, and thank you to all of our panelists. I'm very sad to say that we've run out of time because this was a fascinating discussion. I know I learned a great deal from many of the points that all of you have made today. Key things that I'm taking away from this: if you want to succeed, listen, understand the pain points of the particular markets, collaborate, work with partners. Market access is difficult, it is challenging, but it is going to be a key theme, no doubt, as firms try to navigate this new normal that we're in the sort of, hopefully, a post-pandemic era. And the tips and the experience that have come across from all of you today in this panel will no doubt come in so handy for members of our audience, companies who are trying to figure out this new paradigm, and hopefully they'll be able to avail themselves of lots more opportunities going forward. Thank you all for joining us today, and thank you to all of the members of our audience for listening. I'm Karishma Vaswani, and do enjoy the rest of the Plug and Play APAC Summit.
Thank you, Karishma, and to all our esteemed guests for taking the time out of your busy schedule to join us at our APAC Summit today. I'm sure our audience is now pretty warmed up with all the exciting news and sharings. Now, let the APAC Summit begin.
Hi everyone, my name is Cody Flores and I'm a Programs Associate from Plug and Play. For this batch, we have selected startups that are looking to enter into the Manila market and are very excited to explore new opportunities. So to officially kickstart our event, I would like to invite our Director of Operations, Karina Go, to share more about the program overview and activities during the course of this program. Karina, please.
Hi everyone, my name is Karina and I'm the Director of Operations for Plug and Play here in Asia Pacific. I also look after strategic partnerships here in the region. That includes the Global Innovation Alliance program that we run jointly with Enterprise Singapore. The Global Innovation Alliance, or GIA, is a network of Singapore and overseas partners in major innovation hubs and key demand markets with a focus on technology and innovation. Enterprise Singapore partnered with Plug and Play in Manila and Jakarta to run the GIA program to connect companies to overseas businesses and tech communities for potential business opportunities. The GIA program started in 2020 in Jakarta, where we brought Singapore-based startups into Indonesia. Since then, we've run 4 accelerator batches, 2 tech showcases, and worked with a total of 60 startups that are looking to enter the Indonesian market. In Manila, we started the GIA program earlier this year, and we have since run 2 accelerator batches and 2 tech showcases, and worked with a total of 44 startups that are looking to enter the Philippines market. The past 1 to 2 years have been an exciting journey for Plug and Play, working with 104 startups that went through the GIA program in Manila and Jakarta, where the startups received mentorship, networking opportunities, as well as government support to help grow their overseas network for potential business opportunities. I'm very excited to announce a couple of case studies that came out of the program that includes PhilPass and Animo Labs, GroundUp and EMS, as well as AgTech and Prasama. We do have more case studies that are currently in the works and will be announced at the later part of the year. If you are a startup looking to enter the Indonesia or Philippines market, or if you are corporates or investors that would like to meet with our startups, feel free to drop any of us from Plug and Play a note. Once again, my name is Karina. Thank you for joining us today at our summit, and we hope that you enjoy the rest of the show. Thank you.
Thank you, Karina. Now let's hear from our amazing startups who have been working closely with us for these 5 weeks. As this is a market sensing program, we have a variety of startups coming from different verticals such as robotics, health tech, gaming, data, marketing tech, edutech, fintech, proptech, and even enterprise solutions. So, without further delay, let's begin the startup pitches. Kicking it off, let's welcome our first startup, Goama. Goama turns any app into a gamified powerhouse while building customized branded games for businesses to maximize their engagement. So with that, let's all welcome Goama.
We are Goama and we make gamification easy. Our platform enables our partners to create unique gamified experiences and build engaged communities in their ecosystems. Are you a super app and want to drive engagement, revenues, and acquisition? Or are you a brand and need to drive campaigns with specific targets? Our solution is easily scalable and caters to the needs of every type of implementation with a simple and lightweight integration for a white label service. We will offer the full gamification experience with our readily available features that can be customized to your environment, driving users to perform more activities within your ecosystem. We are gamifying apps across multiple verticals at the moment, and we are currently live over 24 countries across 5 different regions. We've combined our expertise in gaming, an ability to generate high quality content, and a platform that has proven to drive user engagement. Users will get excited with the ability to compete on multiple tournaments, play hundreds of games to win the world prizes, and you will get hooked with the features that keep players coming back through completing missions, unlocking more rewards, challenging their friends, and ultimately striving to be the best player of all time. As a result, a gamified loyalty experience will help you drive more activities and generate more transactions. It is proven that the more time you spend with me, the more you will buy. Statistics show it. It's a straight correlation. Our in-house game team makes new exciting and titles every month, garnering fantastic traction from players, and we're gamifying at the moment the top leading apps across different verticals. We work with the likes of Foodpanda, Snickers, WWF, and Pepsi, amongst others, to deliver immersive experiences to their audiences. If you're a brand or an aspiring super app, please let us help you improve your metrics. Thank you. We're Goama Games, doing good through gaming.
Next up, we have Wallet Engine. Wallet Engine is helping apps to embed financial features into their user experience and become part of people's financial lives. Let's all hear it from Wallet Engine.
Hello everyone, my name is Pascal and I'm the CGO of Wallet Engine. We are a Singapore-based fintech aiming to bring embedded finance to life for cross-border apps. Throughout the last years, and especially with COVID raging, consumption of digital content has skyrocketed in some areas by over 200% year on year. What we now see is that these apps start to embed financial services into their user experience. Twitter, for instance, recently announced a tipping feature, enabling users to reward content creators in the US. But the problem of embedding these financial services into community apps are super hard to overcome. First of all, payment gates have not been designed for peer-to-peer payments. They have been designed for e-commerce, which doesn't help if you want to enable people to send $1 or $2 to a content creator. Then second, remittance companies don't cater for small value payments. And thirdly, existing wallets lack the interoperability feature entirely. For instance, at the moment, it's not possible to send money from Venmo to another wallet in another country. That could be OVO. Enter Wallet Engine. We developed and connected the necessary technology so that any app can launch their own white labeled in-app wallets for their users in under 30 days. No need for huge investments into licensing, compliance, or tech. It's all been taken care of by us. With Wallet Engine, peer-to-peer payments become seamless, even if a user wants to send $1 to a creator abroad. Transactions are free and instant. The design, however, is fully up to the app. We very much focus on bringing the core capabilities to the app, which ranges from enabling hosted accounts, having the top-ups and withdrawal channels, and enabling the peer-to-peer payments. In addition, we maintain a strong strategic partnership with Verso Finance, which is a marketplace that can bring financial products into any wallet. So we're very much talking here about bringing microloans, microinsurances, and yield products directly into any Wallet Engine wallet. We've also built a strong sales funnel throughout this year, and apps have reached out to us from several different industries, which we call now our prospects, and our prospects have now reached a combined monthly active user base of 80 million. Our team has over 30 years of experience in the payments industry, and when it comes to our founders, Gregor, for instance, launched the first social gifting app in the Philippines, and Barry launched the first digital wallet for a telco provider in Ireland and scaled it north to 3.5 million monthly active users. From a roadmap perspective, we're currently ramping up our production environment in Singapore with the first app going live mid of November. A second one will follow towards the end of the year in the Philippines, actually. In our second stage, we aim to scale fast to 250,000 active wallets in several countries. We are entering now the Philippines to scout for some first customers for which Wallet Engine would be free to use. We are also seeking e-money partners, insurance underwriters, or loan companies that would accelerate the embedded finance capabilities of our wallets in the Philippines. If you want to learn more about how we bring embedded finance to life, feel free to reach out to me over LinkedIn, happy to chat, or drop me an email at pascal@walletengine.io. Looking forward to work together with some exciting businesses in the Philippines.
For our next startup, we have Scale. Scale is an all-in-one marketing platform for offline and omni-channel businesses. Let's give it up for Scale.
Hi, I'm Yuan, founder and CEO of Scale. We are an all-in-one marketing platform for offline
and omnichannel businesses. For brick and mortar businesses today, we make it possible for them to be able to drive in-store sales, know who their customers are, and to keep them coming back again and again. And you can do all of that in one single platform with zero technical knowledge and zero technical integration needed. Over the past few years, we have a proven track record working with some of the largest enterprises in the market, shopping mall groups, major FMCG players, even the major retail names. And the best part is we also have small businesses utilizing our platform to grow their in-store sales. There are 3 core solutions that we utilize in the market to help merchants grow. The very first solution that we have is a dynamic smart rewards solution. The second is the most robust offline-focused digital vouchering solution. And the third is a solution that gives you multiple communication channels to keep your customers coming back again and again. I'll start off with the very first solution. The first solution is a smart dynamic rewards solution. FMCG brands are today spending multi-million dollars every year just to know who their customers are and billions trying to reach all these customers. Scale gives FMCG brands a solution that makes every single receipt an actionable opportunity. Scale extracts information from the receipt, connects it with customer data so brands know who their customers are, and more importantly, we automatically compute the lifetime value of every single shopper with this information. With this data, Scale can automatically assign a dynamic reward to every single shopper that is commensurate to their value. And for the first time ever, FMCG brands can now know who their customers are and are able to maximize profit margins at the most granular level. There are many receipt solutions out there, but we are the first in the market to combine it with a dynamic reward solution. And that is why we work with many of the global FMCG players today. The second solution that we have is the most robust offline-focused digital vouchering solution in the market. Malls, FMCG players, retailers big and small, are utilizing our platform to generate promotions and vouchers that are usable across thousands of retail sales points. Our system is compatible with 90% of all the POS machines out there and requires zero integration with it. For the first time ever, brands can now have as much data about their business, about their products, who their customers are, where they're converting, just like an e-commerce business, if not more. Now that is incredibly powerful for a brick and mortar business who today do not have that data visibility. Our third solution is one that gives brands multiple communication channels to keep their customers coming back again and again. And last but not least, our solution is not just enterprise ready, it is usable by SMEs. SMEs can create an account in a few simple clicks and get started right away with us. Over the next 30 years, we fundamentally believe that the next wave of growth will come from offline digitalization. And because of that, we are now looking to connect with various partners, potential partners who can give us access to SMEs, shopping malls, FMCGs, or even relevant enterprises. If that is you, we would love to have a conversation and connect with you. Thank you very much.
Let me now call up on our next startup, Refer Many. Refer Many is a crypto to fiat gateway for businesses of any size, allowing end users to earn commissions for each customer that they bring. Let's hear it from Refer Many.
Hello, my name is Mark, and I'm the CEO and co-founder of Refer Many. And Refer Many is a tool that lets merchants of any size accept crypto payments and also helps them bring customers that want to bring more customers. Now, how does a referral work? If you were to give a customer a $1 cashback, for instance, and they bring a new customer, you could allow them to get 20% off that new customer's cashback. That means your customers would have a reason to actually bring their families and friends. And you're thinking for a minute, hang on, how much is this going to cost me? We take no fees for referral marketing and only just 1% of the crypto transaction charges. And this is far lower than the credit card and digital payment solutions out there. And you will still be among the first few merchants to accept crypto in the world. Now, did you know that every $1 that you actually spend on a loyalty program nets you between $9 to $10? That means that's a 10 times value increase for that same customer. Not to mention that referred customers are 5 times more likely to bring other customers to fall. Now let's talk a little bit about how much you spend on digital marketing. $1,000, $2,000 a month. Okay, now the thing is that wouldn't you rather spend that money directly on the customers, fueled by their purchases as well? And we only basically use the cashback when a customer makes an actual purchase. And we don't charge the merchant for this. We charge the customers 25% when they redeem their cashback. Now, we actually have a robust loyalty system. We have a referral engine. And of course, we have a crypto to fiat payment gateway. So the thing is that how many customers want to use digital payments? How many of them want to mobilize their crypto? So we are part of the movement that wants to actually liberalize the use of cryptocurrencies in day-to-day life. And of course, you will be given a welcome kit and helped with content marketing from our end. And we will be very happy to list you in this directory of service providers, restaurants, supermarkets, retailers, and so on in your city who accept cryptocurrency payments. Now, we're working hard to look for people with connections to malls, to corporate landlords, and to, of course, small merchants. Thank you very much. We are Refer Many, and we love to bring you more business.
Over to the next startup, we have DocuFi. DocuFi automates document data extraction and verification using artificial intelligence. Let's all welcome DocuFi.
Hi, we are DocuFi and we are an AI OCR solution to make unstructured data structured. Philippines' GDP was 361.5 billion in 2020. However, manual processes cost them 57 billion every year. This is due to 3 main reasons: labor cost base, high error rate, and bottlenecks. Imagine this: rooms full of workers sitting at their desks and looking through hard copy documents and manually processing these documents. Our solution is expected to reduce costs by about 60 to 70% and reduce turnaround time from 2 weeks to minutes. We do this by augmenting manpower using our automated data extraction and verification solution. So how does our solution work? It is as simple as scanning and uploading clean or dirty documents. Dirty documents could be documents with coffee stains or creases. Our AI algorithm will clean up these documents, pass them through an OCR before going through our AI bot for tagging entities. This is how your dashboard will look like. You upload documents. They can be in various formats like JPEG, bitmap, Excel file, Word document. After which, you select the category that this document belongs to and click Save. Once the documents are uploaded and processed, the status will show it's completed. When you go into the document, you can see that the data has been tagged accordingly. Examples would be invoice number, invoice date, net weight, seller. You are also able to do a side-by-side comparison of documents. You will be able to export the data out in either a JSON format or Excel file. We also have APIs available for integration into your own organization's system. So how are we different from our competitors? The key differences would be that we are able to accept flexible document formats and our accuracy is at a minimum of 80%. I'm Lucas and I bring with me about 13 years of experience primarily in sales, business development, and leading sales teams across various banks and headhunting firms. Albert brings with him more than 20 years of software development and project management experience. Wei Liang brings with him 5 years of quality engineering experience in a major semiconductor manufacturer. Please do scan the QR code for my contact information, or you may email me at lucas.yo@docuf.ai. Thank you.
If you would like to find out more about our startups, please approach any one of us from Plug and Play and we'd be more than happy to connect you. Now I'll be passing the floor to my colleague Sander, who will be walking us through the rest of the program. Sander, over to you.
Thank you, Cody, for bringing us through the first 5 startups. My name is Xander, the program manager for our Jakarta and Manila program. I will bring you through the next 5 startups which you'll be hearing from. As mentioned by Karina and Cody earlier, these startups we have with us today are actively looking for any potential partners, collaborators, and even investors for some across the region to keep an eye out for what they are pitching. Without further ado, moving on to the next startup, we have Frankie. Frankie is a rewards-based mental health and wellness application that rewards users for taking charge of their mental health and wellness. Let us hear from Frankie.
Hi, I'm Beverly from Frankie, and at Frankie, we believe that a better you begins with just one small task a day. Before I delve into our product, I'll first like to introduce you to our team. So on board the team with me, there's myself, Ty, Desmond, and Jack. Frankie is also backed by the Harry Layla group. So at present, Frankie already has 1,500 beta users with $0 marketing dollars spent. We have also formed partnerships with over 100 rewards partners and 55 expert partners. These partners range from fitness studios from industries like fitness, wellness, and beauty. At Frankie, we believe that healthier people equals healthier businesses. And our revenue streams fall through 3 main ways. With our users, it's a freemium model. With our brands and mental health professional, we take a platform fee as well as a transaction fee. And lastly, with our corporates, we do it through our B2B, our corporate wellness journey advertising, as well as our B2B2C through our corporate EAPs. Frankie believes in 4 main pillars of wellness. In terms of education, we do it through content. So our users get access to a comprehensive list of content. Next, with our wellness, we gamify our wellness journeys, and the idea is simple: one small task each day towards a better version of yourself. Third, we have our professional check-ins, where users get to check in online with a mental health professional at any point of time. And following that, there's a strong support system for you available. For our content, we do content advertising, so we have branded content for advertisers to reach out to users. Content pieces are automatically tagged to relevant interests who are introduced to users who have similar interests as that. In terms of our wellness journeys, we do our wellness journey advertising. Branded content is shown here for advertisers to reach out to users in real time. We also have our AR Wellness Journey advertising. So the idea here is that users get to go to various locations. So let's say I'm in Singapore, I'm in Sentosa. I go to a specific location there, I open the app, and I get to interact with the location and also the app in real time. For our adoption strategy, we are targeting people between the ages of 25 to 38 years old, people working in high-stress environments or are facing various transitionary states in their life right now. For market penetration, in the short term, we are relying on partnership referrals with our rewards partners, in the mid-term with key opinion leaders, and in the long term, forming strategic partnerships with governmental, healthcare, and corporate institutions. For customer retention, we're doing it through three main ways: our rewards ecosystem, our gamified wellness journeys, as well as our location-based wellness journeys. Right now, Frankie is working with Antler as our AMP. We have also entered the semi-finalists of Startup Wheel, and we're also part of programs such as Quest Ventures and also What If Ventures in the US. I'd love to chat with you, so please reach out to us if you have any concerns or would just like to grab a coffee with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Team Frankie. Moving on to our next startup, we have Joy & Co. Joy & Co is a platform for collaborative robot system integration orders. In essence, gathering ready-to-use system integration codes for SME-used collaborative robots. Let us find out more from Joy & Co.
Hi, my name is Koban Lee. We are Joy & Co Infinite Chairs. So we're working on the collaborative robotic platform for SME and kitchen use. So cobot or collaborative robot in this day can be used in many kinds of industry and activities. Even dishwashing, even high pressure fry or can cooking, they can do quite a lot of things. And the price for using this cobot is really affordable. Right now, it's getting cheaper by day. However, the cost of other kind of course that come with the cobot itself is very expensive. For example, the SI, for example, the software, and you also need to have the coding skill in order to work with this cobot. So it's quite very difficult for SME or non-coding skill person. So we want to make the cobot to be easy, friendly to use than it used to be in this day. So we are making a platform to connect your cobot task to your cobot. Just browse and then make a payment, and then just download and pair with your cobot, check the space sensing, and then you can use it. No coding skill need and very safe cost. So everyone can use cobot. So our revenue model is quite simple. We just deduct 5 to 20% that customer pay per task. And then our target customer is really clear. So we are focused on HoReCa group, right? Hotel, restaurant, cafe, right? So you can use it to replace many of routine works. And then you ask how big is the market. The market is $3 billion in the market of kitchen recruitment service. So how is our traction is going so far? So we are not fully launched yet. And then we have 5 SI that working with us right now and launch 3 tasks inside our platform. So the reason that we come to Philippines is that we are not only want to launch the business, but we want to set up the SI training center to have the basic developers in the Philippines to become the SI coders, to be the SI developer in one day, and then can create the task in our platform later on. Then we can help and boosting the Philippine economy. So by next year, we are expect to increase our SI in our platform to 50 SI developers, and then to have more than 100 tasks in our platform to be used worldwide. And 60% of the cobot brand have to work with us. Our team come from different backgrounds, led by Dr. Sukim Preet, who is a computer science professor at Waralak University. And our member of the teams come from many kind of backgrounds, from New York University to many Princeton University in the Netherlands. And if you have any question, please ask. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Joy and Co. Next up, we have the team from Grammatics, an AI-based intelligent video analytics provider. From Silicon Valley to now Asia, Grammatics is a cloud platform that enables automatic analysis and deep recognition of humans and products within videos and images, with the use cases spanning security, digital market, and IoT to name some. Please welcome Grammatics.
Good morning, Philippines. Good morning, Manila. Good morning, Southeast Asia and Asia Pacific. I'm very pleased to introduce you to Grammatics. I'm Abhijit Shanbhag, the CEO of Grammatics. So Grammatics, we started in Silicon Valley, headquartered in Singapore, looking to very strongly build ourselves in across Asia Pacific and especially in Philippines. The vision for Grammatics, massive number of CCTVs have been installed across the globe, including across Asia Pacific, currently used very passively. The vision for Grammatics is to convert every CCTV into an active IoT solution using our video AI platform. So towards that, we provide an extensive set of AI-powered analytics which transforms the video feeds from the low-quality CCTVs that have been installed into a very deep set of data, as you see in this slide. So it will detect there is an automobile which is Audi make, A4 model, black in color, that there is a person next to it wearing a safety vest, his pose is sitting, activity is touching the wheel. And the second part of the platform is we provide various different solution components so as to enable an end-to-end solution so that the clients can use the solutions and make their CCTVs useful in various ways. Towards that, we provide a real-time alert engine and various other such solution components. There are 4 main market verticals where the platform is currently deployed: smart cities, smart transportation. Site and Site is for buildings, townships, casinos. Manufacturing is for factories, and retail, the urban, the VistaMart solution for retail is for malls, for banks, fast food restaurants, and so on. We directly sell into our clients, or in many cases, we will co-sell with our platinum partners. And towards that, we are very pleased to have a strong array of platinum partners that we sell with. So we work very closely with Dell, Huawei, HPE, NVIDIA, Intel, SoftBank. Our go-to-market strategy is to get to $20 million visibility by end of next year. And towards that, we work with telcos as our channel partners, so certainly including within Philippines. We work with system integrators, so we are looking forward to partnerships with system integrators, distributors, telcos as a core part of our strategy. And a Grammatics platform, we provide for a wide number of areas of differentiation. We have some of the highest depth of video analytics in industry today, with some very compelling solution components allowing for various compelling solutions. We are the only company which has a federated learning platform, and we enable various ways to greatly reduce the total cost of ownership around our platform. Our future outlook is to link to over 1 million CCTVs by 2023, have over 5 million devices linking to our platform with a large number of API transactions or analytics being activated. Very proud to work with a very seasoned team. We have some of the pioneers of artificial intelligence and deep learning who are part of the team, and various others who come in with very strong experience in industry. We'll be very interested in working out collaborations, partnerships with many of you in the audience. Please do connect with us, and we look forward to taking our discussions to the next level. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Grammatics. Joining us next will be LearnerNet. LearnerNet is a social learning platform that aims to equip and empower their learners to be future ready through social learning online, connecting every child to the skills of tomorrow. Let us hear from LearnerNet.
Hi everyone, my name is Darren, the co-founder and CFO of LearnerNet. LearnerNet is a Singapore-based social learning platform for K-12. We aim to equip and empower our learners to be future ready through social learning online. Our team is led by Joe, our CEO, a serial tech entrepreneur who has been managing globalized businesses and online communities for the last 20 years. Collectively, our team has 80 years of experience in education, technology, finance, sales, and marketing. In the last few years, there is an increasing trend of graduates working in jobs unrelated to their degree. The 2018 research by Universities UK shows 33% of UK graduates were mismatched, while the 2019 research by YouGov shows 53% of Singapore graduates facing the same issue. The attributing factor was in fact the lack of future-ready information that will help them to define their skills and attribute. This trend might worsen as the 2020 research by the World Economic Forum states that 65% of young children today will not do the job that has existed yet. We notice there are some portals that help young adults to plan their career, but there is none for K-12. We believe that by starting young, it could accelerate every child's path in finding their purpose in life and help them to develop a self-initiated, lifelong learning mindset. Hence, LearnerNet's goal is to connect every child to the skills of tomorrow. Through our thematic content, LearnerNet identifies the skills of tomorrow and introduces corresponding classes on our online marketplace, which is production ready. For example, our recent mental wellness series identified self-management as an important future-ready skill and introduced some classes such as EQ building for our learners to build on such soft skills. Other than the marketplace, we also developed an AI exam question bank that serves as a digital tool to help us acquire users by providing free value to them. Machine learning models were used to categorize the exam questions into different topics for our users to consume. This question bank has been used by our teachers to facilitate teaching. Currently, all the classes are live online learning. Learners could choose from a variety of academic curricula and non-academic classes such as game design using Roblox. Once learners sign up for classes, they will be given access to Digital Classroom, which has a private web messenger and a learning wall. Since our launch in May this year, we have attracted learners and teachers from 10 different countries. In the last 5 months, we have seen a rising number of cross-border learning conducted on LearnerNet. For example, we have a learner in Japan picking up Python programming from a teacher here in Singapore. Currently, there are 76 freelance teachers and enrichment schools offering 220 classes on our platform, and this number is growing as we speak. Till date, our teachers have conducted a total of 250 lessons on LearnerNet. And we have around 4,000 monthly active users, which is growing at a whopping 66% per month. In summary, we have a viable online marketplace that features skills of tomorrow, AI exam questions bank, live online learning, and a digital classroom. Moving forward, our next step is to deploy AI video analytics to measure the effectiveness of each lesson using multiple parameters, which a patent pending has been awarded by the Intellectual Property Office of Singapore. Thereafter, we aim to deploy our Reward to Learn program to blockchain with the help of this technology. While building LearnerNet is important, we are also committed to give back to the society. Working with 3 charities in Singapore, our LN Cares initiative grants children from disadvantaged families access to free tuition online. Most recently, LearnerNet has been highlighted by Wake Up Singapore for Diversity and Inclusivity, as well as the Asian Parents for our LN Cares initiative. Finally, we hope to connect with educators who are looking to list their classes for global learners, charities and teacher volunteers who are looking to help disadvantaged children, and lastly, businesses and investors who wish to add an edtech solution to their portfolio. Our contact details are listed here, and we're happy to answer any questions.
Thank you, LearnerNet. Last but not least, we have the final startup, Handshakes. Handshakes is a software as a service provider for corporate data and network analysis, helping every user to do business safely. Let us understand more from the team. Please welcome Handshakes.
Hi there, my name is Darren and I'm the Head of Business Development for Handshakes by DC Frontiers. We have been enabling market transparency since 2011. Founded by former SGX regulators, Darrell and Charles has built a data and technology company with presence in 6 cities and growing. We are now more than 100 handshakers and still counting. Our mission is to help our clients do their business safely. And using our proprietary maps, we visualize obscure connections and identify them. Some of our real-life use cases can be seen in the news, and these complicated webs of connections are derived by the Handshakes app. We are trusted by the businesses in private industries, public sector, regulators, and financial services. These are some examples of our customers that we have that are trusting our data and solutions. At its heart, the Handshakes app combines both private and public listed company data with our mapping and analytics capabilities. This has created a comprehensive solution that any organization who conducts due diligence to a varying degree can use. So, what is the Handshakes app? The Handshakes app is a web-based platform with a selection of corporate data and regulatory data from different countries. You can subscribe from anywhere in the world, and we have a strong regulator and due diligence base. So, what can the app accomplish for you? Before, you had to look at multiple company profiles if you had to conduct due diligence or investigations. The process of obtaining this is cumbersome and cost ineffective. Now, with just a few clicks, you're able to immediately retrieve an interactive map with connections drawn to your attention. This saves your time, thoroughness, and of course, your cost as well. What databases do we offer then? We currently offer both private company data and public listed company data. Private company data from corporate registries in Singapore, Malaysia, Vietnam, and China. Public listed company from Singapore, Malaysia, and Hong Kong. Nonetheless, we are always seeking to offer more data sets, especially in the Southeast Asia region, to add to our growing database. And now you are thinking, what if I have my own data which Handshakes does not have? Now, if you have your own data or more data that only you have access to, Handshakes is able to integrate this database with our database. This can be a private deployment just for you, for your organization's own specialized use. This is our capability to fuse different data sources and continue to provide the same type of mapping capability, deriving the same, if not higher level of insights. We have the technology to improve your quality of insights by enabling the integration of data from multiple sources. So, fusing data that we have with data that you have, combined with our mapping capabilities, due diligence, conflict of interest, client onboarding, and even investigations can be done efficiently and comprehensively. This is how we help you do business safely. So if uncovering corporate connections is in your game, Handshakes is in your name.
Thank you, Handshakes. That is a wrap for all the startups from our GIA Manila Acceleration Program. I hope you have enjoyed their pitches and find them exciting. If you'd like to be connected to any of them for a quick chat, please feel free to approach Cody, myself, or any Plug and Play members, and we'll be more than happy to facilitate the introduction and conversation. We hope that some of the exciting synergies and partnerships will very be soon happening. Before we close this segment, I would like to announce our most engaged mentor for the program, Arno Moralejo. Congratulations, Arno. It has been a pleasure working with you for our program, and I'm very sure our startups feel the same way. Once again, congratulations, and we look forward to working with you closely again in our subsequent programs. Once again, thank you for tuning in to our GIA Manila program. Stay tuned for our GIA Indonesia program right after the break, following which our Korea program will be happening in the afternoon before we wrap up day one with our skill ups from the UK. It is our pleasure to host you here at our Plug and Play APAC Summit, and we look forward to seeing you for the next 2 days of our summit as well. Have a pleasant day ahead and good afternoon.
Hi everyone, my name is Amelia and I'm a program manager for Jakarta GIA program from Plug and Play Indonesia. For this batch, we have selected startups that are looking for to enter Indonesian market and focus mainly on enterprise solution and edutech. Bringing up our very first startup, Crown Digital. Crown Digital is here to solve the pain points of traditional food and beverages players. Contactless machine learning robotic barista and fully interactive mobile ordering app. With that, let's welcome Crown Digital.
Hi everyone, Plug and Play partners and investors from Indonesia. My name is Keith. I'm the founder and CEO of Crown Digital. We are based out of Singapore. And today I'm going to share with you about Ella, our robotic barista. And before I start, who is Crown Digital? So, our history is quite interesting. We started off as a cafe operator. So we serve coffee here in Singapore. Traditionally, that was 5 years ago, as a traditional retail operator. Then 3 years ago, we decided to pivot into technology. And by leveraging on AI, robotics, and data, we thought, perhaps you can spearhead the future of the new retail. A little bit about our full stack tech capabilities. So we are an operator to start with, cafe operator, and then we design our hardware. So this is our own IP. We own it. We design and build from hardware ideation to robotics programming to software and analytics. The whole backend software, mobile app development, payments, integration, as well as operations. And the entire process is kind of designed and built for autonomous shops. So there are a lot of moving parts that has to be in sync. So this is like what we consider a full stack startup. So we have commercialized some of our products. You have Ella X, Ella XR, and then Ella XS. And they serve different segments of the market, from high volumes, doing 2,000 cups a day, to office buildings, offices where you have 200 or 50 staff, right? So we have different products for different segments. Our journey, right? We started in 2016, and then we did a lot of testing, namely in exhibitions, right? So we stress tested Ella in the most demanding conditions in Marina Bay Sands. We've done about 40 events. I've been quite around the world, been to New York, Australia, operated in Hong Kong, Dubai, and then we received investment from JR East Japan Railway last year, and then we also raised funding from SMRT, from our Singapore Railway, national railway. So 2 national railways supporting us in our scale up. So we have a lot of very strong partners backing us. We have JR East in Japan. They have 1,700 train stations. They invested in us last year. And Singapore's SMRT, 2 national railway companies backing us, because that's where there's the highest concentration of consumers, commuters, and they are grab and go. That's where our robots would really come in. And then we have Capital Land, we have MOU with them to scale up in their buildings, commercial buildings and shopping malls. And then in the UAE, we have a partner, Etisalat, and in fact, we're going over for shows with them to scale up in the GCC region. So growth projections, with the technology, what's interesting is that it's scalable. We're putting through Ella in contract manufacturing, and that allows us to scale very, very quickly. And with all the data, we can then manage things, remotely. So we're looking at least 600 to 1,000 locations in train stations in Japan, as well as, commercial buildings in Singapore. So a bit of a snapshot. We have over 20,000 users already, and we managed to convert 97% of our customers to be using mobile app for ordering and payments with Ella, and 560 cups a day, pretty good numbers during the COVID time. Unit economics is very interesting. Currently, CAPEX is about $150,000 to build one, and that's a one-time CAPEX, right? And then it's about 7 months ROI. I hope you have more questions for us, and I think the future of retail is very exciting if you combine food with technology.
Our second startup is another startup in the tamper-proof documents issuance and verification system, providing an end-to-end system for issuing authorities to issue tamper-proof verifiable documents and creating a digital identifier for the recipient to manage their credential life cycle. Let's now hear it from Edufied.
Hi, I'm Ryan, founder and chief executive of B5. B5 is a tamper-proof technology ecosystem builder, providing an end-to-end system for issuing authority to issue tamper-proof verifiable documents, creating a digital identity for the recipients to manage their credential life cycle. Have you received the documents and wonder how to validate them? The person who submitted those documents could potentially report the fake documents online. The only way to validate those documents is to call or email the issuing authority. This takes time, and this means there will always be a disconnect between issuance and verification. There's also regular news about fake diplomas and documents forgery. In short, fake certificates, licenses, and permits are easily purchased online and off the street. Now that's how B5 came in. We are here to provide a tamper-proof digital wallet to empower recipients and verifiers no longer needed to worry about receiving physical documents and losing them because documents are issued digitally. And it's much easier for verifier to verify these documents via a scan of a QR code. The system also enhances security by a tamper-proof technology and improve mobility. People travel from point A to point B, country to country, and can imagine them carrying a whole stack of documents and potentially losing one of them. They need to spend time and money to reprint the document. The system also helps validation between schools and organizations, and also between workforce and government agency. Last June, during COVID-19, we have successfully deployed our system to one of our key clients, FEMA Education, a network of 9 schools and 90,000 student base. Here's a testimonial from a graduate who used the digital cert to get their first job. Here's an example of verifying the documents by scanning a QR code. When a candidate submits a document, you can simply take out your mobile phone and scan the QR code. Here's what happens when you scan the QR. The data is decrypted on the fly, and the details on the cards are reflected on your mobile instantaneously. You can see that the photos and the name reflected on the system is different from the card, therefore indicating that the submitted documents is a fake document. Via the tamper-proof technology, expired documents can be detected immediately. These also have a better data privacy control as the recipient controls the sharing expiration timeline. We started our outreach in the Philippines via the education sector under Edufy, focusing on the issuance of transcript, diplomas, degrees, and certificates. Using the same technology, we have started issuing digital student card, alumni card, and creating a student portfolio. Lastly, closing off the ecosystem with an alumni management system and an internship job portal. This is also in line with our tagline, certified, verified, dignified. In Philippines, we are expected to reach network effect within the next 12 months when we have 15% of the market, as we are the leading, if not the only provider in the market. This will be accelerated by our distributors, who are the 3 of the largest ICT software distributors in the Philippines. In order to scale across different verticals, we are white label and API ready. With growing traction in the education sector, we've also expanded into the construction and healthcare industry, which we are able to issue digital ID for the construction stakeholders and also tamper-proof COVID-related documents. Other verticals include the real estate and the maritime industry. With a suite of products which has product market fit, we are ready for the Indonesian market, looking for more partners to drive adoption and strategic investors for B2B and B2G country expansion. We look forward to having you as our valued partner. I'm Ryan from B5, certified, verified, dignified. B5 today. Thank you.
Next up on our list is Freya. Freya is an online platform to aggregate home food business activities. As it connects home food business owners to customers near them, their mainly features are its marketplace and one-step pre-order. Please welcome Freya.
Hi, my name is Timothy, CEO and co-founder of Freya. In this pandemic period, there is a rising trend where more and more people sell food from their home to earn additional income for their family. Some of you may even have friends or family, or maybe even yourself, are currently selling food from the comfort of your home. However, we found out that close to 90% mentioned it was a hassle to organize their orders and that rather focus on their cooking. Additionally, they showcase their food on social media such as WhatsApp, Facebook, or Instagram, as there are no aggregators for this highly fragmented industry. This is a strong market signal. We created Freya, a mobile platform that connects home food business owners with customers near them, where we remove the hassle of organizing pre-orders, arranging delivery, and collecting payment so that you can focus on your cooking. For the customers, they don't have to browse through hundreds of pages on Facebook or Instagram just to get the food that they crave, as Freya has a high variety of unique homemade food to choose from. Also, our algorithm will match buyers with the closest sellers first to minimize delivery fee. There is a huge opportunity worldwide for online food industry, and in Indonesia, it is one of the fastest growing market with 20% annual growth, which is accelerated by the presence of the pandemic as more and more people stay at home. In Indonesia, there is undoubtedly a bloody war to gain market share in online food industry. However, Freya is well positioned as we do not directly compete with the big players, as we are targeting the blue ocean that is the growing home food business market instead of the commercial ones. Our main advantage is our pre-order functionality, where we help home cooks to start pre-order in one single step. And we aim to have the highest variety of unique homemade food that are not available on other platforms. We will take 20% from each successful transactions, and with this simple illustration, we can potentially reach about 18 million in revenue in Indonesia market alone. In Indonesia, we will be targeting Jabodetabek area, specifically Kelapa Gading and Serpong, where we will onboard home food sellers who have at least 1 year experience running home food business. Our active users currently grow at a rate of 2x per week with around 7% monthly retention, and all of this is achieved with no promotion in place. Our team consists of capable founders who have worked in the startup and food industry for close to a decade, and we have strong technical capability to develop and market our product in-house. We are also fortunate enough to join these incubators and accelerators to validate our concept, refine our execution, and expand our network even further. We are currently looking for an investment to expand our operational capability, marketing promotion, as well as to speed up our product iteration by expanding our product and design team. Join Freya as we bring millions of authentic home-cooked food closer to you. Thank you.
Our first startup is the digital career platform for Generation Z, for them to job explore, job preparation, and job switch. Let's hear it from Kinobi.
Hi, my name is Hafiz. I'm the co-founder of Kinobi. What Kinobi does is we are a job prep platform for Gen Zs in Southeast Asia. Our largest market in Indonesia, we've been present for about 1 year now, and already with about 100,000 plus students from Indonesia on our platform. What this means really is that we are also Gen Z talent specialists. We help companies attract talent and hire from the Gen Z generation. Now, the problem that we're trying to solve today is really with job portals. Job portals today face 4 problems. And what we hear from HR managers are that they are typically not targeted. They are often more broad-based and not targeted to the Gen Z audience. They are also not really engaging. They also provide very random resumes. Typically, what we hear is hiring managers get thousands of resumes with hundreds of different formats, and that really is an efficient way to review applicants. And last but not least, typical job platforms actually don't do anything to prepare the job seeker. So job candidates often come in unprepared, which waste a lot of time and money for the hiring managers. And we solve this problem, all 4 of these problems. Number 1, we are highly focused on Gen Zs. We are very target audience specific for this generation. We are also highly engaging. We also provide resume building tools that allows standardized formats and templates so that the hiring managers have an easier time reviewing candidates. And last but not least, we also provide upskilling services within the platform so that job seekers come in more prepared, hiring managers have a lot more productive interviews. And really, the Kinobi X is our flagship product. It is a Gen Z recruitment as a service. We provide a suite of tech-enabled solutions to help with attracting and hiring Gen Z. I'll just go through some of the features that are most unique to Kinobi itself. And one of it is really the virtual experiences and courses, where we allow companies to elevate their company branding and provide upskilling courses for students on our platform. An example of a company that has done this well is actually Duo Studio on our platform. Duo Studio is a creative studio based in Singapore looking for talent in Indonesia. They started partnering with us and uploaded a social media marketing course teaching the basics of social media marketing. Hundreds and hundreds of students from Indonesia have actually went for this course, and they have actually hired interns and considering some full-time hires from these candidates of students who have actually completed the course. Now, apart from that, we also do job portal and job fairs. You can even create your own career microsite and host. What this means is that if you want to take your employer branding to the next level, have a dedicated microsite that's really attractive to the Gen Z to really explain your company's value proposition. This is really something that what we do for our clients. Last but not least, we also have multi-campus career fairs. What this means is that we tie up with about 20 plus universities in Indonesia, and instead of companies individually coming to each of these universities to conduct career fairs, just come to Kinobi and we'll do it for you, and we'll do it across multiple universities. So these are how we have been helping companies so far. Now, if you'd like to start with us, there are multiple ways to partner. You can partner with us for free, where you can post your company and your job listings on our platform for free forever. Beyond a certain point, we are also happy to offer you our subscription package if you want to post about 10 active job postings at any point of time. Beyond that, if your hiring needs are even more pronounced and you are growing quite a lot, feel free to contact us for an enterprise solution where we not only give you job postings, but also provide you with a dedicated account manager, social media boost via our very, very strong social media channels, as well as free consultation on how to hire and retain Gen Z talents. The last way to partner with us is quite unique. If you are coming on board our platform as a course provider, what we can give you is free additional job postings and much more. If you would like a demo or if you would like to learn more, feel free to contact us at hafiz@kinobi.asia. For just the Plug and Play APAC Summit participants, we're happy to give a discount. Otherwise, have a good day and looking forward to chatting soon with you. Thank you so much.
Move on to our fifth startup. We have Napcore. Napcore is a brand protection and tracking specialist in Asia. Interlocking physical and digital solutions help to provide product authentication, supply chain visibility, and offline to online marketing engagement. Let's hear it from Napcore.
Hello everyone, thanks for joining us today. My name is GK from Netcore, and I'm here to share about smart brand protection solutions. Counterfeiting has been around for many years, and just last year, the loss of sales to counterfeit products by the retail sector is more than 45 billion euros. E-commerce has helped to accelerate the sales of fake products into the market, causing huge losses to the brand owners and companies. Counterfeiting not only affects the companies, it also affects the consumers. Consumers like us are not able to differentiate between the real or the fake products, just like what the photo has shown. Given the widespread issues of counterfeiting, as a company, how confident are you able to protect your products and revenue? Brand owners not only face the issues of lost revenue, it also face the issues of lack of visibility along their supply chain, lack of resources to engage the consumers, and also product liability. As such, we are here to solve three problems. First is to prevent lost revenue due to counterfeit. Secondly is to help companies gain visibility along their distribution channel. And lastly is marketing engagement to help them build trust with the consumers. At Netcore, we design and implement interlocking physical and digital solution that covers product authentication, smart tracking, and marketing engagement. This is in line with our approach of smart brand protection, where we provide both high security and consumer engagement. In the past, companies may feel that incorporating technology onto the product to fight against counterfeit is a cost to them. However, with the presence of smartphone, it's actually a revenue generator now. Because consumer engagement can be achieved, product data and insights can be captured to help to drive business growth. Our solution objective is to provide fast product authentication. Most importantly, it also has to be cost effective for companies to implement. Our interlocking physical and digital solutions covers the physical security of tamper-proof holographic material to the digital security of our anti-copy QR code and also the encrypted dual QR codes. Our anti-copy code is based on image processing technology, where the fake or the copy code will have a loss of resolution and information, and this loss can be captured by our smartphone. For the dual QR codes, there will be exposed codes which allows multiple scannings for product information, and a hidden code which is only allowed for one-time authentication. And once the code has been scanned, the whole label or the code itself cannot be reused anymore. Our objective is to provide each of a physical product a digital identity so that they can be tracked along the distribution channel. Company executives can also provide marketing information through their products. With each of the physical product having a digital identity, and once they are being scanned, their location can be captured and displayed on a heat map for company to review. The key benefits to companies is to help them to prevent lost revenue and at the same time to increase their sales. Since 2016, we've been helping brand owners and government agencies to prevent lost revenue due to counterfeit with our interlocking physical and digital solution. Our focus is in the food, FMCG, healthcare and industrial product. We value add and also work with our partners across Asia. Now, our aim is to look for strategic partners in Indonesia. We hope to value add to you and your customer. This is my contact detail, and I look forward to a strategic partnership with you. Thank you.
Exploring AI startup, we have Pandai. Pandai is an AI startup that builds premium chatbots for leading companies in Southeast Asia. Let's welcome Pandai.
My name is Shin Chuang, founder and CEO of Pandai. Pandai is also a Malay word for clever. So here at Pandai, we build clever chatbots. Pandai was established in July 2016, so we are now more than 5 years old. We currently have over 12 employees across Singapore and Malaysia, including 2 PhD and graduates from some of the top universities in the world, like MIT, Stanford, Cambridge, and Wharton. We have won a number of awards over the years, but we are most proud of to be building award-winning chatbots for our clients, such as Allianz and CIMB. Pandai started as a fintech, so naturally, most of our clients are in the financial services sector. But we have since built up enough experience, expertise, as well as data over the years. So beginning in 2021, we have branched out to serving enterprises in other industries, including retail, real estate, logistics, and even the government. Chatbot brings many benefits for businesses. Research has shown that chatbot is a better marketing tool compared to email, and a sizable proportions of millennials interact with a chatbot on a daily basis. In fact, many of our clients are already reaping tangible business benefits from the chatbots that we built for them, from a 2x improvement in open rate to a 6x improvement in lead generations, and even a 20x increase in referral effectiveness. Now, this is all made possible because we have developed a very robust platform that gave us a lot of flexibility to customize the most appropriate business workflows for our clients quickly and at scale. Unlike most of our competitions, Pandai chatbots come loaded with a state-of-the-art AI technologies and many advanced features that allow our clients to deliver better business results through higher accuracy and a more superior user experience. We know time is money. That's why we have developed and perfected our process to deliver to our clients an enterprise-grade AI chatbot in 6 weeks or less. So if you're looking to build a clever chatbot or want to journey with us as a partner or as an investor, drop me a line. I'll be waiting. Thank you.
Next up on the list is a startup from workplace platform. Saltmine empowers corporate real estate, HR, and design team in enterprise to create space that are efficient and healthy. Those factors are the core to make employees enjoy their work ecosystem. Saltmine, please welcome.
Hello, my name is Anurag and I look after Salt Mine for Asia Pacific. And we are on a mission to helping the largest enterprises in the world creating the best workplaces for their employees by integrating the data, the people, and the processes. If we look at all the enterprise customers that we have, a lot of them fundamentally had the same issues. They either have to create hybrid work models for their employees who are now choosing to work from home 2 to 3 times a week. The offices have to be redesigned so that the new ways and better collaboration can be managed. Employees want to have better experience with the same space, so that requires more efficient neighborhood planning. And workplace and real estate heads in all these enterprises have to specifically look at reducing cost. The real estate costs after the people costs are the second biggest line item on the balance sheet. So there's a lot of work that needs to happen in trying to manage those costs, especially in a post-COVID world. And to help achieve their goals, there are a lot of solutions in the entire value chain, right from leasing to strategy to space programming, test fitting, designing the actual space, and then doing the quantity and costing. And what we've seen is typically the process tends to get very disconnected and very non-linear. So that really makes it very difficult to get a single idea of what is the golden source of truth for my design, how is my design linked to strategy, and stakeholder engagement with various business heads becomes a huge challenge. So that's where SaltMine comes in, where we aim to bring everything from strategy down to costing under one platform, and we try and reduce the redundancies that happen across the whole process. The way we do that is we bring all the static flow plans, the design guidelines, the costing data of the entire enterprise into this platform so that they get the strategy, then the space programs for what is the exact space requirement based on various scenarios of employees returning to office. How can that be managed with the same space? What does this future of work look like in 2D and 3D? And then we can actually layer that with all the data coming in from the real-time utilization as well as through employee surveys on the actual workspaces. And we can layer that to see the exact utilization of various elements of the workspace in the real estate. As we evolve, SaltMine is really looking at transforming the workplace for the global heads of real estate, similar to how some of the other softwares have done it for the other lines of businesses. At the end of the day, the kind of output that we're looking to provide for these real estate heads and the CFOs and the head of HRs are complete utilization and portfolio dashboards and analytics, looking at doing site comparisons on various scenarios for work from home at 20%, 30%, 40%, for example, helping doing safe distancing analysis, and collaborating and managing stakeholders in complete 3D view of the actual space. We have been able to save more than 70% in the design time during the project management. And with the 3D and immersive experience that we provide to the stakeholders, we have been able to really help in saving variation orders. The amount of portfolio costs that we have been able to save for a few customers like Workday, for example, have helped them save close to $4 million over 5 years just by rent and utilities. The people behind our company are domain specialists and have been in this industry for a long time. We have a lot of offices globally. It's a US headquartered company, but we have huge presence in Asia with Singapore and Vietnam as our operations center. And we've just recently got funded this year as well. We're working with about 40 to 50 large enterprises globally with huge experience like Nike and BlackRock and Workday. And we're working with 7 of the top 10 design firms globally, with a lot of the CRE firms using us for the way they manage their customers as well. We're looking forward to hearing from anyone who's interested in understanding more about how they can make their own spaces better and future ready for their employees. Thank you.
Moving from the enterprise workplace, we have Silt Network. This startup runs the world's first expert network fully focused on Southeast Asia. Their platform can connect clients that are looking for industry insight to localized subject matter experts across the region. Please welcome Silt Network.
Hi, my name is Amelinda, and today I will be representing Silt Network for the Plug and Play pitch. Silt Network is an expert network based in Southeast Asia. So Silt Network was founded in 2019 by the two co-founders, Wunke and Ben. Ben himself has a strong experience working in one of the largest startups in Southeast Asia, as well as one of the largest tech company. And Wunke has a strong experience in venture capital. I'm Amelinda. I am working as a client solution team in Silt Network. I have spent the last 4 years studying in Singapore and US in particular. I am Indonesian and I have a close stint with McKinsey Singapore in 2020 and is also still actively affiliated with McKinsey Indonesia through Young Leaders for Indonesia. So Silt Network is an expert network where we connect global organizations, which is our clients, such as management consulting firm, investment firm, as well as a corporate client, with world-class regional expert, mainly focusing on Southeast Asia. But do note that we are also open for a global engagement. So the type of services that we provide is mainly in a phone consultation, usually conducted over 1 to 2 hour call. So how our client usually leverage on our expert is that, say you are a management consulting firm and you have an end client where your end client would need a report. So usually a management consulting firm would fill in any knowledge gaps that such that those knowledge cannot be found over a desktop research. So they come to our expert to fill in those gaps. Or say you're an investment firm and you're looking to do an investment in a particular industry that you're not so familiar with. This is also where our expert come in handy to let you know what is actually happening in a real ground. And then lastly, say you are a corporate client and you're planning to do some internal learning, internal research, or even a corporate strategy or like a business development, you can also tap in on our expert for that. But beyond than just phone consultation, we also do a bespoke services such as transcript, surveys, webinar, and corporate access. So for example, say you are planning to do an internal learning and development and research for your company and you're looking for a panel speaker. You can also tap on our expert for that type of services. So why you should work with Silt Network? First of all, say you are a working professional and you already have an insights or knowledge within you. So this is actually a chance for you to share your expertise, and as a feedback, it is also a chance for you to keep abreast of a market trend. And as you go out there, speak with more businesses, this is also a chance for you to strengthen your professional profile. And lastly, to fully maximize and utilize your knowledge properly, this can be an opportunity for you to gain an extra income. And the second angle that you can look on why you should work with Silt Network is that you're a client. It can be a management consulting firm or investment firm or even just a corporate client that I have mentioned previously. You can tap on our expert because we have a broad coverage of expert covering various industries, mainly focusing on Southeast Asia. But then again, I would like to re-emphasize that we are also open for a global engagement. And to cater your needs, we also come with a flexible mode of arrangement that comes with a flexible pricing. But we don't want to restrict yourself just as an expert or a client. We are also open for another type of partnership or collaboration opportunities. For example, say you have an association and you feel that your association would benefit a lot from tapping on our platform. We are also happy to work with you and accommodate your needs. But beyond than just association partnerships or maybe a marketing collaboration, we are very open for various type of partnership that would add value to your needs. So feel free to drop me a note or an email to amelinda@silt.network and we are happy to work with you.
Next is SmartClean. SmartClean is a B2B PropTech startup that builds IoT and AI-powered intelligent cleaning management system. With this system, property and facility management can easily monitor their level of cleanliness automatically. Let's all welcome Smart Clean.
Hi everyone, my name is Love and I'm the founder and CEO of SmartClean. And at SmartClean, we quantify cleanliness and hygiene in the built environment. Commercial real estate is the world's largest asset class undergoing a digital revolution, and the global pandemic has accelerated this change. Smart building solutions are enhancing the occupant experience and well-being, but the built environment today has almost no data available on how clean and hygienic the place is. The upkeep and maintenance of a facility is a continuous process and is currently operating on subjectivity and perception of the cleaners on the ground. This shows up in the lack of uniform standards, limited visibility to the stakeholders, and poor operational efficiency impacting the cleanliness and hygiene standards. At SmartClean, we are providing an end-to-end intelligent cleaning management solution, fundamentally changing how cleanliness and hygiene are monitored, measured, and managed. We have developed specialized AIoT systems monitoring different aspects of cleanliness in real time, and our proprietary AI engine computes a real-time clean score quantifying cleanliness and hence enabling on-demand cleaning operations. Our SaaS platform Matrix is a no-code platform enabling properties and facility management companies to use this collected data to digitize their entire lifecycle of cleaning operations, starting from how they procure cleaning contracts to how cleaning performance and standards are measured and audited. CleanScore is also being built as one global standard of cleanliness, providing facility users trustworthy and transparent information facilitating post-COVID facility reopening. We have a huge market opportunity overlapping the technology spent in commercial cleaning industry and the smart building industry, giving us a TAM of upwards of $50 billion. Since our launch, we have validated the solution with some of the leading industry players and are rolling out globally. We operate on a business model of IoT as a service bundled with SaaS, which has almost zero upfront costs and has a proven positive ROI. Our average subscription is around $5,000 per month for a duration of around 36 months. We're scaling up across APAC and are launching in Australia by end of this year and are on track to hit 6 million ARR by end of next year. We're a well-rounded team with deep domain expertise in IoT, SaaS, and business and operations. Our technology is a game changer and we're already the market leader in the geographies we operate. We have an ongoing series around and are looking for strategic partners who can help us expand in new geographies. Reach out to us for more details. Thank you.
Our last startup is Workato, the leader on enterprise automation platform. Workato enables both business and IT teams to integrate their application and automate business workflows with a no-code, no-code system. Let's hear Workato's solution.
My name is Alan Teng, and I'm one of the founding members of Workato. The world of integration and automation is converging. Traditionally, integration is used by IT to manage data, while automation is used by business units to improve processes. However, data and process are intertwined, and many companies today are fed up with the multitude of tools they need in order to integrate data, processes, and user experience. We built Workato from ground up to simplify this by unifying both integration and automation onto a single platform for both data, process, for both IT and business users. The convergence of integration and automation can also be seen from many automation players merging with integration players, like Blue Prism with TIBCO, UiPath with Cloud Elements, and MuleSoft with Service Trace. While these M&As often confirms what the market needs, it does not always solve for it. Companies don't just want the convenience of buying two different platforms from a single place, but they want both integration and automations on a single platform, built in, not bolted on. This is why Workato is the fastest growing integration and automation platform in the world today, with a growing community of customers, connectors, automations, and builders. We are a leader in this space, a single unified platform for both integration and automation, low code, no code, so both IT and business users can use, 100% SaaS, and cloud native. Our customers leverage Workato to drive business growth through automation. This includes improving efficiencies, enhancing scale, increasing speed, boosting accuracy, as well as unlocking savings. We help companies achieve this through our recipes, which are essentially the building blocks for automation. Recipe differs from traditional approaches as they are incredibly intuitive for any business user, extremely flexible in terms of complexity and type of automation that can be built, and more importantly, it is extremely powerful, enterprise-grade, and provides maximum security and governance. How they work is also very simple. Connect the recipe to any application database of our systems, define the trigger that kicks the automation off, define the set of action in the automations, and let Workato platform take care of the rest at scale. The use case of what you can do with recipes is also endless and can be used across all different departments, from finance to HR, IT to customer success. Enterprise automation is even more crucial now than ever in order for companies to compete and adapt to the new work environment post-COVID-19. In our recent Work Automation Index report, as you can see here, the pandemic has driven more departments and more companies to automate their processes more now than ever. Customer support automations is at the top of the list. More than 7,000 companies globally across all different industries are already using the Workato platform today. Some brands in Asia that you might be more familiar with include tech companies like Grab, Gojek Club, as well as companies like Certis, Broadcom, and Semcom. Jumpstart your automation journey with us today. For more information, please feel free to reach out to my colleague Gladys or myself. The contact details in the slide here. Thank you, and I hope to hear from you soon.
Before we close this segment, I would like to announce our most engaged mentor for the program, Vanessa Henriadi. Congratulations, Vanessa Henriadi. It has been a pleasure working with you for our program, and I am sure our startup feels the same way. Once again, congratulations. We look forward to working with you closely again in our subsequent programs. We have now come to the end of our morning segment. Thank you for joining us this morning, and we look forward to seeing you for our afternoon segment in an hour.